In this exercise, I'm going to show you how to quickly add information to a simple table in a way that makes the entry process much simpler. Normally, if I were to populate this table with more names, I would click on cell A11, I would type a first name like Joan, and then second name, and then we'd go with the birthday. And we continue on through all the information. Each time I have to remember what's in the next cell. Do I put the cell phone number, the street, where am I, and tracking it, and I have to look at the top of the table. Let me show you an easier way to enter data into a table like this. In order to do that, we're going to use a form control. Now what I like to do is make it part of my quick toolbar. So I'm going to show you that step first. In order to add anything to my quick access toolbar, I click on the down arrow, and then I click on More Commands. The left box gives me a list of commands I can add to the toolbar, which will be found over here. It starts out looking at popular commands. The one I'm looking for isn't in the popular ones. I will click All Commands. That gives you the maximum list you could possibly find. Now I'm going to scroll down. I'm looking for form. They're alphabetical. So I go down here, and now I have the one called form. I click on it, and then I click on the add button between these two areas, and it adds it over here, and then I click on OK to save. Now you see in the toolbar I have my little form control. Let me show you why that is so helpful. I can click anywhere I want to in my table. Let's just click on the last name. I could click on the actual data, and then I click on form, and it pops up a box that breaks this down into each of the items in my table. So it takes the header cell and calls that the name of the information. If I want to scroll through that, I can use the slider bar here to move through the records as much as I want. I can go find previous or find next to go through one at a time. It gives me my record number up here. I can also look for a certain kind of information. Now notice here I have two people named Jones. So I'm going to set the criteria here, last name of Jones, and I'll go find next. Now it found record 3, that is Harry Jones, and I'll go do find next again, and it's Bill Jones. Well, I can even edit here. I can say, well, maybe Bill's zip code is wrong. It's 55. The last digit should be another 4, and then I just go find next, and it changed my zip code. Oh, I have to hit enter, sorry. And it changed this to 3 4s at the end. The other thing that you can do is you can delete a record just by locating it anywhere here and click on the delete key. Or you can add a new record by clicking on new. Let's show you how easy that is. Let's say we're looking at Bob Smith. Okay. And yeah. Hit enter when you're done, and it pops it in. It's very easy because you now know exactly what field you need to type in and in what order. Now there's a couple restrictions. I can close the box by clicking on the X or on the close button, and it's done. 2 restrictions. Number 1, the number of columns that you have data in cannot exceed 32. So I can't go more than 32 items here. The next thing is, if I have information, whether it's a number, a word, or anything down here, if I'm adding records and I get to row number 16 and then try to enter into 17, I'll get an error message. If that happens, you have to make sure that you don't have anything below that row. You just simply delete it and you can keep going. So again, all you do is click anywhere here. You click on Form. All right, I'm going to go down to the record with Rogers, find next. And now I want to enter in a street. And then I hit enter, my enter key, and I just entered in. I edited that record. Oh, and I left out the cell phone. So I can go back to the record, type in the cell phone, hit enter again, and I entered in the information. I don't have to go in and click on the right row and column and figure out what I put there. Very, very useful tool in Microsoft Excel.
I'm Jim from the Sharper Turtle. We hope you found this lesson helpful in learning more about the Form tool, which is an amazing way to increase your productivity in entering data into rows. If you like this tutorial and others in our series, we'd like to ask you to like us if you would, and subscribe to our YouTube channel here at the Sharper Turtle. Thank you.